നമസ്കാരം. കേരള ഫിലിം പ്രൊഡ്യൂസേഴ്സ് അസോസിയേഷൻ്റെ സ്വന്തം യൂട്യൂബ് ചാനലായ വെള്ളിത്തിരയ്ക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഇന്ന് ഒരു സ്പെഷ്യൽ ഗസ്റ്റാണ് നമ്മളോടൊപ്പം ഉള്ളത്. IFFK എന്ന ഇൻ്റർനാഷണൽ ഫിലിം ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ ഓഫ് കേരളയുടെ വേദിയിൽ ഒരുപാട് സുപരിചിതയായ ഗോൾഡ സെല്ലം ആണ് ഇന്ന് നമ്മളോടൊപ്പം. നമസ്കാരം.
നമസ്കാരം.
Welcome to Kerala again.
Thank you.
Actually, would like to start with IFFK, or rather the filmmakers over here know, the film industry know you as Golda Sellum, but would like to have a more far insight into how you came into the film industry and what your interest was.
Well, I started the film industry when I was 25. I first worked for, of course, I love cinema, and that was a passion for me. And I started first with UGC, which is a production and distribution company, where I used to work on the committee selection of scripts. We do the follow-up with writers, and we select one or two films in order to put them in production. At that time, I was working with Philip Hellman, who was the son of the major actioneer of UGC. And then I went on other department, which is a distribution department. Then we do promotion, the lineup of UGC catalog, and we organize all the marketing and distribution on in the different theaters. I work also for UGC at Cannes Film Festival, where when we had some project selected in the Cannes selection, we of course launch the film and also organize a party, invite all the sale agents in order to see the movie. So that was the whole part of my work when I used to work for UGC. Then somebody came to me and asked me if I would like to work at the European Commission. They were just started the what we call media program, and the idea was to dynamize all the production company and distribution company in Europe in order that they would work all together. So we launched the first co-production market. It was in Babelsberg. And my mission was to select about 11 projects, good projects of upcoming film director in Europe. And we invited some key players of Europe, financiers, and we made 3 days in Babelsberg meetings. Then there are many big movies have been made there through this market. Then that was a 5 years period scheme, and then we implement, let's say, the distribution support and sale agent support. The system was to duplicate the French system and support sale agent in order to market the film all over Europe. So we were giving money for P&A and translation cost in order that the film, especially independent film, can be shown in Europe at the same time in order to optimize the distribution of these films.
So that was the point in time where you came into the curation of films, to curate films. Or you went into different, you've been visiting different festivals.
Yeah, curating films, first of all, UGC, it was one of the major production and distribution company in France. And then European Commission, when you work for the European Commission, you get all the European projects because they all want to be supported. So we have quite 100 to 150 projects at each application. So curation is also is not only seeing films. It's also it is also reading script, identify talent ahead in order to be able to help them and support them when they go where they are on the way.
Supporting co-production also.
Yes, I did a lot. Yeah. Of course, I traveled for many years in different festivals, The major one was Cannes, Venice, Berlin, but also some little ones and local ones, which enable me to identify young filmmakers which have not been selected in big festivals.
Talking about co-productions, how do you foresee see the European market having more association with maybe Indian films, and moreover about co-production with the Malayalam film production companies? We've got good contents coming out of Malayalam, so how do you foresee that?
I think there are really good stories coming from Malayalam film directors and talent. Then, the system of financing is very different in Europe and in India. Most of the financing system in India is equity money, and of course a little money from the state and the government. In France, we really most of the films are made by complementary funds. Let's say we start by, of course, CNC, which is equivalent to, I would say, Charles Academy, something like that. CNC, then we have the TV, who are playing a great role by buying the movie. And we have also the sale agent who can put some money. So we have, when you have a film, there is a chain of rights, and on each level of the chain of right, people invest or put money into it. So this is a European system. But in India, it's not like that. In India, you have equity money, and you can. So when you want to co-produce, there are some contracts that have to be done, and I think some producers have difficulties in understanding how to co-produce with Europe due to this chain of rights. But since NFDC implement the incentive tax credit, that helped a lot. I think.
Of recent, I think they have worked out in a broader level. NFDC has come out with the foreign co-productions in a broader level.
That dynamizes a lot the co-production, because at least there is a kind of a scheme which enables the producers to, and even the film director, but producers as such, to collaborate with European partners. Yeah, I think since 4 or 5 years, we do look more seriously about Indian films, because there is an emergence of young talent, young generation, and people are looking for Indian independent film.
And you been to the IFK first time, I think it was way back in the beginning of 2000 or 2005 or something, I think so. So how do you find IFFK evolving? Now we have the 30th edition. So how do you think it has evolved into a film festival in the global arena?
When I first came to IFFK, I was member of jury. That's quite a long time. It was, I think it's 2016.
Okay.
And member of jury for short films. Well, now I started with IFFK in 2022, I think. And the idea is when
I think in 2002-03 you were there for IFFK.
2002, 2003, 2005,
Yeah.
2004. I don't know.
Yeah, because in fact, one of my films was it was not in the IFFK, but it was in the Indian Panorama in 2003. So I remember, I think you were there during 2003. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I think so, but it's a long time. No, what I was saying is that, well, we cut this talk, but what I was saying is that regarding IFFK, I met Sajid Karoun, and he asked me to come.
Yes.
And the idea of Sajid Karoun was to bring the Malayan film and Indian independent film in a more international level. So, of course, the idea is to support young producers and help them to navigate in festival, negotiate their right, know how to do when they want to co-produce with the producers. I mean, it's a kind of training, in fact, that is very important for them. And that's why we talk a lot, and we found that the idea of implementing a market would be very, very good, because whenever a festival has a market, then programmers and distributors and sales agents can come and identify talent.
Yeah, taking in that word from you, of late, I think the film market is being developed over here. But don't you think, see, having watched Malayalam cinema grow over means the independent filmmakers or the festival circuit, so many films have been placed in the International Film Festival of Kerala. We have a section of Malayalam
Yes.
films today. But don't you think that the exposure they get all over the world, maybe to other festivals, is minimal? And there is no body to facilitate such a thing for them to reach out to the other festivals.
Yes, I agree. I think when I am in international festival, there are a lot of programmers who ask me, Golda, do you know 10 or 5 good films that I can select for my festival? And it's very difficult to, of course, we can give names, but they have difficulties in identifying the young talent.
Okay.
That's why I think it will be good to create a form of a delegation of, let's say, 10 best young film director with quality first film, and try to bring them abroad in festival.
Yeah.
Then it enables them to discuss with, for instance, other producers, discuss with distributors and sales agents, and see how it works over there. And what I found a weakness in Malayalam production is that, in fact, we don't have training for producers. Of course, there are producers.
Yes.
Because they are producers because they like film and they want to make the film. They are very
They come out of passion into the film.
Yes, it's passionate. They are passionate. But in fact, there are really things that they know, they have to know how. Because the rhythm of a film is not just you have a script, you have money, we do it. No, there is different stages where you prepare your film in order to make it, to optimize the quality of the film and to be able to go in abroad in festival.
Is there a protocol all over the world? Like every year a genre is being fixed, or is there anything like that? Say maybe this year it is environment, or next year it is something else. Is there a prioritizing of such things all over the world?
It's difficult to say. What I say is that now many countries make quotas for female or genre film or environmental film. There are quotas, and you can maybe get more points, and then you can be selected for a fund or a subvention. That yes, but I don't think there is some theme. Maybe, in fact, when you travel around all around the festival, you see movies, and suddenly you say, "Oh, this year was a lot of movie about death. Oh, this year was a lot of movie about transgenre." And I think cinema is a reflection of our time.
Yeah.
And the film director want to talk about what is touching them.
Yes.
And so this
Actually,
film,
we cannot define one subject because it comes out organically for each
exactly,
filmmaker.
exactly.
Yes,
So,
so-
but there are some main trends that we can recognize year by year. Yeah.
Coming back to IFFK, then we are showcasing so many Malayalam films. I think around 13 or 14 films in Malayalam cinema today. As you said, there is no training for producers or any such matter is over here. It all happens organically. So don't you think, see, whatever films come in, as you said, these filmmakers get an exposure abroad, and it is high time IFFK could look into such kind of things in the future, of like promoting a certain number of films or whichever they have in hand.
For instance, in France and Italy and different countries in Europe, they do have what we call the promotion agency,
Okay.
which are present in all festivals all over the world and present the last selection of the country. Okay, this I don't know very well, but NFDC is doing that. You know, there is Indian Pavilion, and a lot of filmmakers are presented there, but it is not done in the same way that we do, you know. So I think it should be, it would be good to have like a agency which can bring a delegation of young film director and get them known in different festivals. Yeah.
Beyond cinema, how does Golda Sellum spend her time?
Beyond cinema, which take a lot of time, I also I love.
You travel a lot.
I travel a lot, yes, a lot, and also I go to many art exhibition and fair. I love music. I think cinema is a seven art, and it's very good to have liking in different other art because it's a complementary art. There is music, there is painting, there is dancing. So I'm very fond of arts, and I love sports and you know.
Other
Like,
than IFFK, you visited Binale.
yes, I just.
Yeah, how do you feel about Binale? See, that has been happening for the past few years in Kerala. So such promotions in Kerala
I think
happen.
it is great. It was the first time I came to the Kochi Biennale. I discovered very interesting artists. The theme of the Biennale, which was very daring, I think, in the time being, could show the evolution of the creation of artists and with their thoughts, and that give a great resonance when you see the work. Yeah, it was very interesting. Yeah.
And regarding gender equality all over the world. So, see, here it is being, there's a hue and cry that the women do not get so much support or exposure. They come up on their own. So how does that happen globally? See, you've been to many international films, and do women get their due from all over the world in the aspect of filmmaking?
I think they fight because it's very difficult for regarding, for instance, salary, the way they express.
So it happens everywhere.
Yes, it's a really huge movement, you know, and that started with Me Too.
Yeah.
And I think even in France, they are fighting for quotas, they are fighting for special fund and to be listened to. So I think it's all over the world. Yeah, really.
Yeah, it is.
It's a movement. Yeah.
Compared to other languages films, how do you find the spacing for all? See, so many contents are coming in from all over the world now with OTT also. Other than the theatrical, of course, independent filmmakers do not get that their fair deal for the theatrical release and all. See, and OTT also, it does not support in such a big way. So much of content coming out. How do you feel the spacing of these contents will happen in the future?
Well, in France, I talk about France, which is a country where I live. It is becoming very difficult because these independent films that we used to go on theater, now most of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are going straight to OTT, and the government is fighting in order to have at least one release on theater, and then the release on, I mean, not the release, but the screening on OTT. So it's a great issue, and I don't know how we are going to manage, because I think it's time evolution, and we have to adapt with the new technology. But now it's really uncertain. Everybody is trying to find their way. I think it will be more difficult for independent film to be seen on theatrical stage. Yeah.
And with the AI coming in a big way, do you think the art of filmmaking will change in a big way? The contents will change in a big way?
I think if we can use AI cleverly, it can really transform the vision of a film and can allow you some extraordinary imaginary sequences or history. but one has to be very clever to use it. Otherwise, it will be really a product with very little emotion. So, you know, if you see Avatar, it's such an extraordinary film, but the guy has a great experience and knowledge of cinema. I don't know what to say about young people who maybe do not have all this knowledge, and we are really invaded by images. And a movie is different, a film is different. It has to give emotion, it has to be aesthetically sensitive and beautiful, even in the difficult situation. It has to be really art, you know, and I don't know what to say. I think it depends which film director is using it and how he's using
How
it.
he is using it.
Yeah.
That counts a lot.
Yes.
And coming back to your home country, France, how does the independent filmmakers or even the corporate style, is there a government funding for films? How does the government support over there in that
Oh
country?
yes, France is one of the strongest funding structure. You know, we have fund for development, we have fund for production, we have fund for distribution, we have fund for sale agent, we have fund for new technology. I mean, each sector of the cinematography field is supported by the CNC. Yeah.
What message would you like to give to the aspiring film makers in the Malayalam industry?
I found that it's a good moment for independent Indian film directors, because we are in a situation where, of course, the production of Bollywood film is always good, but not as good as it used to be. And maybe it's a kind of evolution in the cinematographic field in India. And I want to say to them that they have good stories, they know how to make film, but they should just care about the development and all the stages of the film in order to optimize their stories. That maybe having a co-producer from Europe or maybe Asia can give them complementary view about the story, artistically speaking. And I think it's a good time for them to
Maybe to explore more.
explore and travel all over Europe to show and bring their film to the festival.
Since 2023, for the past 3 years, you have been curating for IFK. So now we reached the 30th edition. How do you find the job? How difficult is it, and how easy is it? And placing or bringing in so many contents from all over the world.
Well, I was very happy to do the curation. It was a great challenge for me. In fact, in a way, it's easy in the fact that I travel all over the festival and I do select the film in advance. I'm talking about world cinema and package and like focus country and female gaze package. The most difficult part is to invite the member of jury, Spirit Award and Lifetime Achievement, because the festival is really ending the year, and a lot of people are not available in that season because it's Christmas, they want to stay in the family. And that is the most difficult part, to find a very well-known or recognized talent to be member of jury. That is a challenge every time, because they can say yes and a month ahead, and then afterwards they cancel. You know, that's how it is in all festivals. So that is, I think, the most difficult task. But finally, since the 3 last years, we reached IOM, and we selected quite good member of jury and lifetime achievement people. Yeah.
You enjoyed the job doing. I
Of
think
course, I loved it. I think I learned so much you wouldn't believe about working with Malayan people, and I am very amazed by the culture of the most of the audience and also the film directors, and how culture in Kerala is so important. That is great, and how the value, human value, culture value, are still maintained. I think it's a great country, really. I'm learning every day.
Looking into the festival calendar all over the world, do you think IFFK's the timing or the date of the December date is the perfect date?
It's not so perfect because, in fact, when we want to have film as a premiere for the selection, then it's very difficult because most of the film goes to Busan, Singapore, Goa, which are all before IFFK. So we do have film as a premiere, but they are not sometimes the best of those that we really want to have.
Actually, the festival calendar starts as early as June all over the world. Major festivals starts.
Berlin. Berlin is February. It starts by Berlin.
Yeah.
February, then you have Cannes in May,
Cannes.
and then you have in September Venice. Then you have Locarno in August. You have so many film festivals. I'm just talking about the main ones, but there are so many. Every month there are at least one festival where you have to go to.
So the festival calendar starts in the beginning of the year. It starts in Jan, and then actually we are in the fag end of a year. Our festival is December, means it's
it's the last one.
It is the last one.
Yes. So it's good because we have a kind of a overhaul of the best production of the year.
Yes.
But if we want to have some film in premiere or reveal new film, new talent, it's more difficult.
Okay.
Because everybody is waiting for Cannes, Berlin, or Venice. Yeah. But I want to say that I work also with a team. There is a big team of the festival, and the festival is really, the team is very engaged and very passionate. And without the team, there would be no festival, really.
Yeah.
It's a work, we work all together. I think there are some things that we can change, of course, but that is maybe for the next edition.
This year's festival, we had an issue with a certain number of films, maybe 4 or 5 films being not being allowed to screen over here, citing certain reasons by the Union Government of India. Does it happen in other spaces also? See, each country will have their policy. Does it happen? In the beginning, I think there were so many cancellations and postponements this year. Such confusions will bound to hit a festival. How does it happen in other festivals also? Is there a screening by the national governments everywhere?
Yes, of course, we do have some censure in some festival. But the censure comes not from the European countries. It is more like China, Turkey, where we cannot see the movie as they are, or they have to cut up some scenes in order to be allowed to screen them at the festival. Censorship is very complex issue because some is political, and I think a festival has to maintain culture, and we can see all freedom of expression through images, which doesn't mean that we are taking part of the idea of the film. It's just that we want to show the film because it's freedom of creation. That's all.
Yeah. So Golda, it was nice talking to you. Thank you for taking time out to talk to Vellithira in your busy schedule. It was nice having you here and having your experience being shared. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me here at this session, and I hope that what I shared with you would be benefit or interesting for your association.
Yes, it is really a pleasure of having you, and we wish to meet again maybe in the next edition of IFFK you will be back again doing what you have been doing so good for all these years. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.